Hello and welcome to Tune In with Luke and Amy, the podcast where we discuss your favourite topics, but with our favourite creative people.
Asking them the questions you didn't even know you needed answers to. So now we're on episode 8 and today we're with Agnes. Agnes, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Alright.
So I am a Latvian singer-songwriter, Agnese, studying in UK and trying out how maybe I can do like a career there as well, but who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, right now because of pandemic, I'm back in my home country and doing some music stuff here.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you guys know each other through uni, don't you?
Yeah. So Agnes, you're a year below me.
Yes.
Well, I've graduated now, so I guess I don't
Lucky
really
you, I'm so
I don't apply
jealous
to
of
years
that.
anymore. Like
Yeah.
I don't even have I'm not in any year, I suppose.
I
No.
mean, I stopped being in years when I left school at like 16. I just dropped off the system.
Yeah,
But-
you finished early.
Yeah, you're so you're in your final year of uni then.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, I
How
am.
are you finding university at the moment? I think
Well,
that
I
response
hope
says it
the
all.
lecturers are not gonna see this, but well, it's actually pretty hard with everything that's happening around us to truly focus on
Mhm.
uni stuff. It is
Yeah, I
hard.
feel
I
like-
find myself submitting everything in like last minute, not because I'm not interested or I don't like something that we learn. I do enjoy it. It's just hard to focus, really.
Yeah, I feel like when you're at home, there's so many distractions sometimes. There's like the kitchen, you go for food,
Yeah.
there's like TV or phone. Whereas like when you actually have somewhere to go, like into uni, you've got other people that want to work around you as well. So I feel like it kind of helps motivate you.
It's like extra
But-
motivation. Like the most,
Yeah,
the place I miss the most is our library. Like it's so
Yeah.
Yes.
motivating.
It's
And
so
it's
focused
fun.
in there, isn't it? I love the library.
Everyone is like learning, and I'm like, yeah, I want to do that too. But here, I just want to do something else than do
Yeah.
that.
it's like you get just distracted by like Instagram, TikTok, all that kind of stuff, and you're just like scrolling and be like, oh, another 5 minutes, then I'll work. Then you're like, never like it's like half an hour later, and that's it.
If you
It's,
would know my screen time, the daily screen time on my phone, oh my god, no, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
gosh.
is mine.
What do you spend most of your time on your phone? Is it like, well, Amy's is either TikTok or Minecraft.
Yeah, TikTok or Minecraft is the biggest.
Oh, okay.
Biggest
I
ones.
think in the first lockdown it was TikTok.
Yeah.
But then I understood how time consuming it can be and
can be,
how
yeah.
much I have lost in the productivity. Then
Yeah.
I switched to YouTube and like I watched some educational videos about something,
Yeah.
psychology or something, to feel a little bit better that I don't
Yeah.
do uni work. But
Yeah.
Makes
now,
it slightly better.
yeah, now it's Netflix, The Crown. The Crown.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that. But a TikTok, anyways. There's just
Yeah.
something in it.
It's so addictive, like just hours just swiping. Like it is just
Mhm.
it's got some kind of addictive part about it.
Sounds like a theme there with you. Like, it seems like you're very interested in visual content like YouTube, Netflix, TikTok, all visual videos and stuff.
Yeah, well, I do sometimes listen to podcasts, but I actually do enjoy listening to podcasts when I can see.
Yeah.
Same.
It's like
That's why
more
we're
interesting.
like recording them as well, so people can like not only listen to them but visually see them as well. Because
Yeah,
that's what we both like.
totally.
But no.
Incredible. Yeah. So you're from Latvia. That's where you're at the moment. Obviously, I've never been to Latvia. Have you ever been to Latvia?
No, never been to
No.
Latvia.
So we have no idea about like the scene over there. But I'm most interested in what the music scene is like over there. What's kind of like the leading genre in that country?
So, I think right now it's mostly just like in the mainstream like the pop, trap,
Mm.
hip hop. But for
Yeah.
us, it's like pop, and maybe like some SoundCloud rappers are becoming more popular here in Latvia.
Really?
Yeah. Rap and everything like that. Yeah, it's actually pretty similar as in mainstream.
Mm.
Music scene.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And well, so when did you come to the UK? Did you only come to the UK to study?
Well, I always knew that I want to study somewhere else, not in Latvia, not because I don't like my country or something, but I just feel with the opportunities that we all have in this century, I felt like I need to, I have to, I want to, just to see another culture, to become more intelligent in it, because you can feel the difference with people who have been abroad or something. But no, I didn't just go there to only study. My main like focus was to meet new people, network, see how I can fit in the music scene in UK, where I actually found it like more difficult and like harder to like get in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, my like first, I was like, oh my god! Like when I first understood the like competition, like how big of a competition there is in
It's
the
insane.
world. Yeah, it was in the BBC panel discussions. There was like this music event, and there was this one panel discussion, and one of the hosts asked to raise hands who are musicians, like singers and songwriters, and like 85% raised their hands.
No.
And I was like, okay. So
Wow.
before that, I had like some fantasy or a dream, I don't know, a producer will see me and be like, let's do it, let's change like your game or something. And now I understood like it's completely different, and you have to work like 100 times more.
Yeah, 100%. I think people don't realize how much work is actually in. You have to be the producer. Well, you have to be everything in this age before I feel someone does actually want to reach out to you.
Yeah, it's not like in the movies where you're just at a local gig and you sing like one song and the producer's happy
Here's a
there.
record
Like,
deal, and they've got the piece of paper
that's
there.
the thing,
Sign here.
Call
That's
us,
the thing.
yeah.
Millions of pounds.
Yeah. It's not like quite like that. You do have to work like hard, and you have to put your music at every possible social networking thing to get out there. Like, you know, you put it out on YouTube, put it out on Spotify, put it out here, message all these companies and producers. Like, you have to physically go and like work hard to actually shove it in their face and be like, this is what I've got.
Yeah, totally. It's like the first time I heard how important it is, especially in UK, that you have to be persistent and grow within social media, that actually labels or like scouts will actually want to notice you. Maybe they will like see you and see, okay, you only have like 1,000 followers, so next, basically. And at first, I do like to spend my time in studio, write music, and do so on, but it comes harder for me to do the social media side of music.
Yeah.
So actually, that's the thing that I need to work on, and it comes a bit harder for me. But totally, the UK has helped me to that and be more open and put myself out there. Because another thing is like the cultural thing in Latvians, we are pretty shy. Not everyone, but we are like pretty introverted. And when there is a networking opportunity or something, you're just like, well, I'm Melano, I'm not gonna go to that person or something, you know? But like United Kingdom really helped me to put myself out there and be like, hey, well, I am a singer, I have that, and that. Let's connect. Let's just see what happens, and so on. And it actually, changed me as a person as well to be more open.
I think it is like quite hard to kind of put yourself out there. You do feel a bit vulnerable sometimes because you're like, oh, it's kind of like it is a risky game putting yourself out there. You know, it's either going to help you and go well, or it's going to come back in your face. So it's hard to, you know, kind of guess what's going to work, what's not going to work, what is your following going to like. And it's also really time consuming as well, like social media. I find like
insane
to, you know, create posts that are good quality, to create captions, to push it out, to promote it. You know, there's a surprising like amount of thought and effort that you actually have to put behind it. It's not as easy as you just like post a photo. It's definitely you know, it takes time, but it does, you know, it does get you out there because, you know, pretty much, I don't know, like 99% of the world have social media. You know, so many people have it, and it's a great way to reach people in different countries.
That's how you meet friends now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not through meeting somewhere, but through social media.
Yeah.
That's
you have
the thing.
to, literally.
Yeah.
We're forced to now.
I think it's the way forward is social media.
I admire the influencers who come up with such authentic ideas, and I'm like, how and where? Like, I can have 100 music ideas, melodies, and so on per day or something, but like, I cannot create like something interesting to post. And it's like,
but then like with influencers, they're like, they have managers which then like tell them, oh, you need to do this and you'll get paid by them. So I think with them is that they're just there to kind of like model the product or whatever it is, and they have like those voices up there that say like the managers are like, oh, do this and that will get you this amount of views. Or
I mean, they'll have a team generally.
Yeah.
But I think also the good thing about making content recently, it seems that people are starting to really enjoy just casual things, like posting a story, oh, I'm out walking my dog. But if you see like Lewis Capaldi walking his dog, it's like interesting. I don't know why, because it's like, oh, cool, he's a normal person. He's not just like all I do is sing.
And people like to like pry, and everyone loves getting a bit nosy in people's lives. So it's like that factor. It's like, oh, he's got a dog, he's taking it on a walk. Like, you just like to know everything. I think maybe that's quite a big UK thing, is that everyone likes to know everyone's business.
Oh, it's been always everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you like to pry into people's lives, and if someone posts something on their story and it's like you get a bit of insight, then it kind of, you want to watch more of their content.
What I actually find interesting, when I joined social media, I was like 13, 14. I feel like the more of a model you looked, or more of something fancy content you had, then you were more popular. Where now you just have to be a cool human being, like do maybe like a comedy feeling, or just show that you, even if you are a celebrity, you're just still like a fun person, and you are humble,
down to earth.
And I think now people appreciate it more than just how cool you look somewhere.
Yeah.
That is good, yeah. So moving to the UK, obviously, well, when we were speaking to Dobbs, actually, because, you know, Dobbs, in our first podcast, he found like it was really weird at first coming to the UK. Like, everything was different. He mentioned like the taps in the UK, like we got like the cold and the hot, and he's just
I don't get it either.
And like crossing the road, like looking the wrong way, and
that we have drinking water as well, not bottled water.
Yeah, and he said he used to buy like
big,
huge, like gallons and gallons of water to use for drinking. Have you found any? Did you find any struggles like this when you arrived? Yes.
So when I moved permanently to UK, that wasn't my first time. When I was in UK, I was like many times visiting before, because I felt like, oh my god, the Queen and the Mr. Bean and everything, like the X Factor, like I need
Mr.
to go
Bean.
to UK. and I already noticed there that those two tap things. Like, why? Why do you want to freeze one hand and burn the other one? Like,
It is weird.
Like I didn't even think about it before until Dob
No.
said it, and I was actually like, yeah, why do we actually do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is like, I mean, it's kind of more of an older thing. In like older houses, older taps, there's two separate taps, but nowadays it's like there's more just like a single tap
Yeah,
nozzle.
There are
But like
some, but still, they are like.
it's it is a bit weird. I
Well,
don't
it
know
is
why.
weird, but it's maybe like one of the things that attracts tourists. Let's say it's just like a different
Maybe.
experience when you go to a
Yeah.
pub and something. Yeah, so that's interesting. At least in my apartment in High Wycombe, there is one tip, so that's nice. I don't have to burn and freeze the other hand.
Yeah.
And it's nice. What else? Yeah, the opposite sides. I found it interesting. Yeah, but I got used to it pretty easily. But in third year, I got a car. So I was learning to drive the opposite direction.
oh,
And at
That's
first,
weird.
I thought, yeah, I'm gonna die on the streets.
Oh my
I
God.
won't be able to do it, but actually, with a little bit of training, I got the hang of it. And now, when I had to drive in Latvia, sometimes I wanted to like do the opposite driving, and I'm like,
oh my
my
God,
God.
right side? I don't know.
You're trying to like process, wait, no, I'm not meant to be driving on the left side now, I'm driving on the right side. And then it's like, it's always changing, like, okay, I'm not meant to do this, but in the UK, I'm meant to do this, and it's confusing.
yeah,
No, I can
yeah.
imagine that.
Could you drive before you came to the UK?
Yes, I had a driver's license.
Oh, that must have been weird.
Well, I actually I passed my driver's license, and then right after I had to move to UK, so I didn't really train. But then during the summer, I got the hang of it again. But on the third year, I decided to have a car because of the pandemic, and I thought I'm gonna stay, but let's not use the underground because it's like more risk and so on. But now my little beautiful car is just staying in the driveway, not driven at
the
all.
tires flattening every day.
Yeah. And the insurance.
Yeah.
It's
That sucks,
crazy
actually,
in UK.
buying a car and just leaving it.
What? Yeah. The different thing. Another thing was I couldn't understand the first 3 months the British accent. I couldn't. A lot of times I was like, okay, yeah. I would ask again, and then I couldn't understand again, and then
You just pretend that you understood.
Yeah. And what else? Yeah, now I do understand British accent very well. It's not British accent, it's like British English, obviously. But I still cannot understand the slang.
Yeah, to be fair,
Few
not many people can.
Yeah.
There's like
We don't understand the
no,
slang.
because
Really?
like the slang, it varies throughout the whole. Like if you went up north, the slang would be completely different to where we live. So it's like where if you went further down south, the slang's different up there. So and like London and stuff, the slang's different in London to like Wickham. So everywhere you go, there's different slang, and it's hard to like keep track of what is what.
Yeah, my first innit? Yeah, you know what I meant?
Yeah.
And
That's the thing.
It's hard. I really would like to, because I had situations where I even asked 3 times. When somebody told me something, and I was like,
Yeah.
And they look at you like, why are you saying like they're expecting a response.
Maybe, ask
And it's
me
just like
something.
both people are confused.
And the other annoying thing is that you finally learn the slang, but then they invent a new slang word that means whatever the old one did, and now that's out the picture. So it's like it's hard to keep up. It's too hard.
Yeah. Well, right now I feel comfortable with just understanding the British English, and maybe someday.
Yeah, one day.
When did you start speaking English then? Or learning?
Yeah, so I think uh, I was allowed to watch television, like alone or
Oh,
something.
okay, yeah. So you could like pick it up off the TV.
Yeah. So I remember when in kindergarten, other children were like going to English courses, but my parents like didn't take me there, and I was like, why? Like I wanted to be there as well, but I learned English in through Cartoon Network channel. I don't know if you grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Powerpuff Girls and the Dexter
Yeah.
and what else? And I learned it from there, actually.
What, with like subtitles?
No, with hearing.
Just like picking it up off hearing it.
What?
Yeah.
That's
But how would you know what it means? How would you know?
I mean, I think when we were little, like little kids can pick up on so much.
Yeah.
Like their
You
brain
absorb
is
a lot of
so open, they just don't
It's
know
like a
things.
sponge.
Yes, they're like a sponge.
Yeah.
And that's why so many times, let's say, if it's like international family, a kid can know 3 languages if the parents are talking with them. Just by talking. They don't know the grammar
Yeah.
or something. They just know the language. And so I learned it from there.
That's
Obviously,
interesting.
school, they help me with grammar and so on. But yeah. And the other one was Russian for me as well. I was a figure skater, and their majority of them are like Russian speaking.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like so funny when my parents didn't want me to understand something. They would speak each other like in Russian. And I don't know, around age 9, I was like, I do understand what you're saying, okay? Like you cannot hide it from me anymore.
That's
So yeah, like I learn with hearing.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
that like just blows my mind. I just don't really get it. But so yeah, going back to music, when you were growing up, is there a lot of like Latvian music? Is Latvian music like what you hear, or do you also hear English music often? And if so, actually, yeah, answer that one.
Okay. So I was already on the stage when I was not born. My parents were musicians, and my mom was performing while she was expecting me. Maybe that was playing a role in my decision.
Pregnant ladies singing.
Yeah. No, like I was there as well. But I remember like many times when my parent musician friends would come over and like have a little drink, 1 or 2. It sounded like in like when musicians are throwing a party, it always gonna end up in music. You know, there's like a piano,
a jam
or something, a jam session. So I pretty much grew up in that kind of environment. And I was listening to all the rock stuff that my dad really enjoyed, and it was mostly foreigner music than Latvian music. So I grew up with foreigner more, but music here has always been like the Latvian music has always been here, and but I listen to more to international music than Latvian.
Oh, so do you prefer Latvian over international, or?
To be honest, no. And it's nothing to like bash or something. We have like brilliant performers, singers and performers, so on. I don't know. I guess I grew up with like let's say English music around me. And it's just like a different sound, a different approach to melodies. Like it's different. It's different. Something new. Something interesting. I do have Latvian performers, few of them that I do enjoy listening to, but 95% in my Spotify playlist is gonna be within English performers, and then like 5% Latvian ones.
Mm. So a good balance of like them both. Have you ever like performed live in Latvia, like at live gigs and stuff, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Those were my first live performances. I think my first performance was when I was very little. It was like a children competition or something. And when I got to the finals, I think I already had like the little performance anxiety that I just rumbled all the song like blah, 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 like real fast. And the music teacher who was playing pianos was trying to get to my rhythm. But well, basically, I failed. I failed. But I
thought the piano teacher tried to adjust it.
Going faster, like going crazy.
So
I got
funny.
like extra fast. I don't know why. But yeah, I only got to music like pretty seriously just around age of 16.
Oh,
Beforehand,
that's quite late on.
Yeah. Obviously, I was singing and so on, but I was not going to music vocal teachers and so on. I guess I was thinking that maybe I won't be a performer, but then I think all musicians have like this one song which made you decide to like, yeah, like music is so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I listened to it around like, I guess 14, 15. And then I was just practicing, literally singing along with Britney Spears, new music or something. And once my parents heard me and they were like, let's record a song, all right? Yeah. And then the live performances became more and more often. My biggest now has been Supernova, which is the selection to Eurovisions. I know that in UK it's not like a big thing, but like for smaller countries,
Well, no, that is quite big.
thing.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is
a
a
huge
big thing. It's a really huge thing.
That's sick.
Mm.
And well, before we move on, we will do more live stuff. But I wanted to know if being in the UK and listening to more UK music or English speaking music has actually affected your music and the way you've written your tunes.
I think so. Like, I prefer to tell that opinion from somebody else. Like when they listen to myself, to me.
Because when you hear these like different melodies you're talking about, it's like, oh, I could probably incorporate that into my own sound.
Let's say I released my first Latvian song like November, and I did get a messages where people were saying, well, I don't usually listen to Latvian music, but this is wow, basically.
Yeah, we were listening to it before we started.
It sounds
it's cool.
So good.
It really bops, but I just don't understand the words.
Yeah,
so I can't sing along.
We were thinking to maybe release an English version.
Do it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Should I?
You should. Yeah.
Just do it.
It sounds so good, and it's like
the beat
something
is strong.
that. Yeah, it's something that like you would like to sing along to, but because me and Luke literally don't know the words, we can't. But it's got like that kind of melody where you'd hear it on the radio in the car, and you'd just be like bursting your lungs out to it in the car, with, like summer windows down.
Yeah, it actually got me to the top 5 in one of the charts in Latvia, and now the song is like it was twice in the first place, 2 weeks in a row, and then now it's like jumping through 3rd, 4th, 2nd place, something like that. And I'm like, I don't even care which place it is, just that people like it and they want to listen to it. I'm like, oh my god, so cool.
No, it is. It's super kind of like poppy, summery. I love it. So obviously you were mentioning before about how you might translate your recent song into English. So do you reckon it will kind of the translation, because some English words are shorter, some are longer compared to Latvian words, do you reckon that will affect kind of like the timing of the song and the beat and everything, or
it impacts like everything, because if you do like the basic copy paste translation, like a lot of metaphors I cannot tell from English to Latvian because it's just like completely different context if you try
Oh.
to just translate it in a like basic level word to word,
Yeah.
and the same goes other way around. I actually had to translate like a verse of my song for my assignment, and actually I was like, oh my god, like it is so horrible, but it is basically like word to word.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Does it make
that.
sense though? Like you say, is the context okay or?
It's not really, no, not really.
Would
Like you
would
do
you
have-
would you instead change it for like words that would fit the context
Yeah.
better?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
instead of doing word for word, you would change it, and then that way you can kind of keep the structure of the song the
Yeah.
same. It's like by fitting in like the right, kind of.
Because some
word.
words just wouldn't rhyme like the same way
Mm.
they'd rhyme in a certain. God, that sounds horrible. Like trying to figure it out.
No,
it'll
it's
sound quite lengthy.
It would sound, if I would like to translate my song to word in English, I would sound like I would just, I have learned English like just for a month or something. Like it wouldn't be good at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It's like when you try to do like your French homework, but you cheat and use Google Translate instead.
But I actually did that. I think my Russian teacher won't see this, but I did that in the assignments when we had like the exams.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like we have to, I don't know, describe something, and I couldn't even really understand what was asked from me. And I was just like Google translating it, but like I got like around usually 50%. I was like, I passed. Okay.
That's all that matters.
So a thing that you wanted to kind of cover over was stage fright. So do you kind of get stage fright over like when you're doing live performance or recordings?
Yeah. So it's actually a pretty broad and like a deep topic. Like the stage fright is like similar to or even the same as performance anxiety.
Yeah.
Which with whom I do struggle. That's why I decided to write my dissertation about it. And like to understand myself better, to be honest, like what can I do actually to live with it? One of the most exciting but at the same time horrible experiences was Supernova, like the selection of Eurovision. Like exciting from the side that I was so grateful for the opportunity, and it's like, yeah, every musician's dream to like, I don't know, perform in front of 40,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like behind camera, but anyways, it's like such a stress. But the performance anxiety creates the excitement as in like a life-threatening moment that you feel like you will do like a one mistake and all your career is over, or you get your like heart
rate up. You go to what we call fight or flight mode.
Yes,
so it's
that's that. And it's actually interesting how many like these alarm systems in the body are there and how they work within us and within the performance context. And actually, like, I was pretty surprised, but like around 54% of musicians does struggle with performance anxiety.
Really?
So I think it's like interesting.
I thought it'd be more than that, actually.
Yeah, I think it could be, yeah.
I feel like maybe everyone does struggle with it, but there's like 54%. It's a more noticeable struggle. Like it's kind
of
the
other percent are just like people that have done it loads.
And well, you still get nervous, but not on kind of. It's only like a little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
And that first time you ever performed was probably like so nerve-wracking. It was for me. I was like, oh my god, my hands like, oh no.
Go clammy, it's all like gross.
Standing dead still on stage, like beep.
yeah, it's for me it has been like every time is completely different. It was very interesting. Let's say if we still talk about the Supernova, I couldn't eat like 2 weeks normally before performance. I usually get sick before any important event. Like I
Really?
did perform, and one of the juries asked me, "Am I sick? Like you sound sick." I was like, "Well, I don't know, I guess." But like in the next day, I got temperature, I got a cough, I couldn't talk, like speak,
Oh.
and it's like very interesting. And yeah, usually for lucky ones, it's just the nerves, it's just like the excitement, but pretty big of like a part of us is much more damaging than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not just
I think-
enjoying the moment. You're like, oh my god, like don't fall, don't run away from the stage,
Yeah.
like stay and
Yeah. I
Stay
think-
put. Don't trip.
yeah.
Don't look that way
Yeah.
too much. Don't. Oh no! Now I look like I'm anxious. Move a little bit. Wait, stay still. So I
Ah,
look
Like,
cool.
oh
yeah.
my
It's all in
god,
your
does
head.
they
Yeah.
hate me or do they like
And
my
then that's when you
music?
forget
Yeah.
the words. That is the
I
moment
have
that you'll forget the
forgotten
words.
Have you? Like, have you forgotten like a part to play or
Yes.
no? You
Everyone
have?
has.
I have.
But
It was
anyone would be
like-
any musician would be lying to you if they said that they haven't forgot something. Like,
It's impossible. I think if you go into any kind of like test or performance, it's impossible. But as long as you improvise with it and don't just freeze, I think you can pull it off.
yeah.
worst thing you can do is just say that you've messed up. Or
Yeah,
just be like,
freeze and
"Oh,"
panic.
Unless it's like comedic.
Usually,
Yeah.
even like experienced musicians, like more experienced than me, they usually just say like, "Don't even pay that attention. People won't know. They
No.
don't know
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
have planned to do."
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if I do mess up, I just start to laugh, and the audience is laughing as well because it's just like so human. And
Yeah.
I just have
That's
to
the
tell that
thing.
myself and not to forget
Yeah.
that.
We're
And
not
not think that I'm
mechanical
gonna be thrown with
robots.
tomatoes or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, a story similar to that. My dad, he was in a band, and I think he was talking about his like uni band. I think they had like one gig where people actually threw like bottles at them
Really?
on the stage. Yeah, I think it was that
No.
bad. Like one of
Imagine
his first
getting hit by a
gigs,
bottle
like beer
while you're just-
bottles.
while you're on your flute.
Yeah. I think it was like one of his first gigs on uni or something. He'll probably correct me about it. But it was like, he did tell me about the time. It's just like people throwing bottles at him and his
God.
I
band.
think it really does depend.
Also,
If
didn't
it's
rehearse
like
very hard.
That was like 45 years ago, guys. So don't think
but
that'll
like,
happen these days.
but I can't imagine how that must be traumatic to like perform for the next times or something.
Yeah.
That's oh my god, yeah. But I guess it's what the audience is like as well. It can be like very supporting, like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't worry, you messed it
Yeah.
up or it's bad, okay, like we're just gonna sit through it. And a lot of times, I don't know if the audience is like having the best of their fun and maybe drinking and so on, maybe they won't be that patient or something, so they can
Yeah.
start doing some
This
mean
thing.
stuff. But usually they're pretty supportive.
Yeah, I think like most places you have to pay to go there to watch live music. So I think, if you're paying to go in, you might as well be supportive. And it's
Yeah.
like, you've seen the names of the bands or the artists that are performing, like you're there for it. If you really don't like it, just go off to the food truck somewhere.
True.
But,
true.
otherwise be supportive. And yeah, I think that's like a very important thing from the audience is, it's kind of as an audience, the job to make sure that the artist or the band feel comfortable on stage, because it's not really fair if they're like intimidating, because then, it's
Well,
not fair on the artist.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like we, at the end of the day, we are the entertainers,
Yeah.
and we have
Yeah.
to, like, we are working for them, not like
Yeah.
vice versa, So, but yeah, it really does help a lot if they are supportive.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Anything else you want to touch on at all?
Well, have you do you want to list maybe some things that have gone wrong?
Oh.
Some funny or embarrassing
Uh-huh.
moments? Oh, take a sip.
Take a sip.
She's gonna
I
get her
went
notebook
to-
out.
I went to public speech courses and they were like, if you need to think, like,
Yeah.
and like, so
good.
it's not like an awkward silence or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is interesting for me that I do feel more and more confident if I have to sing in front of audience. Like I can kind of manage my nerves. It's still very, but I can manage it. But if I need to talk, then it's like a completely
different ball game, yeah.
different thing. Yes, it's completely different and more terrifying experience. And for me, when I'm in a stress condition, if I need to talk with English audience, suddenly my brain will just think Latvian and remember all the Latvian words. And for English, it's just none. And the same goes in Latvian. When I have to speak with Latvian audience, like I will just perfectly talk in English, but like anything from Latvian, no, nothing.
Always.
Oh no.
So you're just like, yeah. And
So your struggle is between the songs where you have to say, "So this is my my recent single" or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
But you're just like,
yeah, and it's pretty embarrassing for me if I do have any like radio interview in Latvian. There are few embarrassing moments where like the grammar, what's in English and Latvian is completely different. How you put the words like adjectives or and so on. I talk Latvian in a perfect British grammar, but it's so wrong in Latvian.
oh, I see.
That's funny.
And when I listen to myself afterwards, I'm like, oh my god, like I talk like a, I don't know, second grader, which have just learned the grammar or something
Yeah.
and don't understand how to put the words. And I'm like, oh my god.
And when it's on like live radio as well, you can't like edit it or do
No.
retakes. That's it. Everyone's already heard it.
So usually it's the most stressful for me, and there usually my anxiety kicks in. And
Have you found like any kind of methods to kind of cope, like settle your anxiety? Have you got any like tips?
So what I found very helpful, I did test them out on one of my performances in national television in Latvia, and really did help. So if somebody is struggling, write it down. So the first one, usually when like me, when I get extra nervous, or it's usually just more than how I will perform, you think of, am I good enough? Am I don't know, will they like me? Or are they gonna hate me? And so on. You just have to write down the goals that you want to achieve. It's not actually like you have to change the world because of like one performance.
Yeah.
You were just gonna go and sing. And my goals were just like, I want to have fun. I want to show others how much fun I have. I want to show others how fun the song is. And I want to show others why I want to perform, because like I do enjoy it all. Until it goes to the public setting. But just have to like work with it and live with it. One was that, and the other one, usually for those who struggle with a lot, it's the negative talk. It's usually like, no, I'm not good enough. This wasn't good. I am not prepared enough. It's like so negative, and try to shape the thought to more positive. Like, what can you do? So not to put like extreme goals that you actually cannot fulfill, and like put it like a little bit lower, and that does help. And the second one is shape your thoughts to more positive. It's like while you are singing, a lot of times you just do your negative talk to yourself, like, oh my god, I just fucked the note up and something. And actually be like, okay, like I'm just a human.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean I'm a
exactly.
bad
It's not-
singer, you
yeah.
know? And just see what I can. Well, okay, I messed it up, but I can show off my abilities
Yeah,
for the
so
next
there
2
is like,
minutes.
yeah, if there's negative, you like contradict it with a positive to kind of like say, no, I did that, but it's okay because, you know, I'm still an
Yeah,
amazing singer
yeah.
and all
Of course,
this.
it's like much more detailized, but if like somebody's very interested, they can. And another one really did help for me was meditation,
Mm.
or at least feeling myself that I am grounded.
Mm.
It's usually not maybe even meditation. You can just like do the breath exercises, because when you are stressed, sometimes you feel that you are not on the ground. Like you feel
Yeah.
like so tensed up, and like feel you don't have the balance. You don't feel connected, right? And just like give yourself few minutes to just breathe. And I actually did that through breaks that had before first performance and the second performance, and I was just breathing myself and feeling connected with myself and understanding that I got this. I really do got this. Oh, and I just forgot. Draw your stress to something else. Like imagine like you have this whole stress bomb in your body, and I draw my stress and anxiety to my mic. So basically,
Yeah.
I connected it to the
You're
mic.
pushing it in there.
Yeah, and I felt it like a relief that it's not
Yeah.
on my shoulders. No, it's on the microphone.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's good.
If I mess up, it's the mic's fault.
Yeah.
But we were exactly. We were talking about kind of like performance anxiety in another podcast earlier on, so like 2 podcasts earlier with LJ, one of our friends, and we were saying you kind of need to take that ball of nerves and that ball of anxiety and like use it for good, because either way you're not gonna be able to get rid of it. You have it.
Yeah,
That's what
you've
you
messed up,
have.
you
Yeah.
can't go back.
But it's like, no, not even if you mess up, like before you go on, you have this anxiety. It's nothing that you can't put it in the bin. You can't get rid of it. So, you know, it's something that you're going to have to deal with in life. So you might as well use it for something good, because it is just a ball of energy, and put it into your performance. Like you said, put it in the microphone, put it in the power of your voice, like all of those things. You know, don't just bottle it in yourself. Use it for, you know, what you need to use it for. Like use it for good. Because it's going to be there either way. As you can't just like put it to the back of your brain or anything. You're going to always get anxious. So you might as well put it somewhere good and use it. I think that's kind of my analogy.
But, yeah, totally. I agree with it. Just everyone has to find their own approach that helps them.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be completely different.
I've never tried meditation. I've tried meditation, but I've not tried meditation in the performance context. So that's pretty interesting. But I've always found like I'm just a guy. I just have to distract myself. If I'm ever feeling like a certain way and I don't want to, I have to distract myself straight away. Like that's the only good thing about being a drummer or a guitarist, is I feel like I can go up on stage early and just tweak everything. I can just make sure my snare is in perfect position, make sure everything is like tightened up nicely, and I'll just sit there and then it'd be like, okay, you're on in 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, great, I'm ready. Because I wasn't just sitting at the bar with my drink just thinking, oh no, I'm gonna mess up.
That's usually me though.
That's the thing, because we were saying with LJ,
Yeah.
when you're a singer, all you have is microphone. And then that's your setup time, and then you got the rest of the evening just sitting there waiting for your sound check, like.
Yeah.
And that is nerve-wracking as hell. When you've got so much time to your own thoughts, that's when it's dangerous, I think.
Yeah, I like to keep busy. I'm like, if I've got like a horse competition, if I'm not on till like the end of the day, which is like the worst thing, I prefer to have it like I wake up, do my comp, and then I'm done. So I just like, I help my friends get ready, and that's kind of like my coping process is like, okay, I help you get your horse ready, then I hope you get your horse ready. I'll walk the course with you, I'll do that with you. And just like to keep me distracted until
as
like,
long as if you're just standing there, you're just gonna
you think about it more.
Think about it too much.
Yeah,
Or just like,
I remember one of the summer festivals when I had to perform. There was some hiccup with getting the entries or something like that, and my parents are just as anxious as I am, or not even more when I have to perform. Like they're my biggest supporters, and yeah, my mom's like, "Listen up, something's not right," and la la, and I'm already like anxious and stressed and like, oh my god, what next? Like, what's happening? But actually, that did help me. Like, I got the anxiety and stress out of the difficulties of getting the entries or some like the access to the territory or something. And actually, I felt such a relief when I had to perform. I was like, I didn't have the power to stress anymore. Like I did stress so much before and everything that happened, and now I was like, oh no, I don't have time to stress. Like I just want to go and perform. Like stop it, Agnes, and I did it, and people really liked it. So that does help. Yeah,
That's some great tips for sure. I feel like, I mean, are there any last things you want to mention? I feel like we covered a lot.
I don't know. Listen to my music. There is one.
Yeah,
of course.
But it's though in Latvian. It's gonna come up in beginning of April. But after that, there are totally gonna be English songs.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be looking forward to hearing them.
Yeah,
But
because you've released a lot of English stuff.
Yeah.
Prior to your Latvian track. So was the recent track you released your first Latvian song?
Yeah, it was my first.
Oh.
It might be,
because I feel like that is my favorite one of yours. Because the melody and the beat and the production, I feel like is really clean. It sounds really like it's just something that I like.
We just don't understand it.
There's not too much going on. It just sounds like tight, polished. pop
it sounds really nice.
But I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. But I'm excited for more. Is your future music gonna be in a similar sort of vein, or are you branching out to different styles?
So the next one is gonna be like a reggaeton, like like in that kind of beat.
Right.
And I really do. Right now, I'm just like figuring out and understanding what I want to sound like, and it looks like I'm more into pop, R&B, and soul. Like the latest song in Latvian, it is like hip hop, but I feel more connected to it. And few of my friends, when they were watching me performing this song, they were like, first time in my life I can see how like your charisma and how you do the acting in the song, like it's completely different, because like I really connected with the song. So I guess it's gonna be like more similar to that. Yeah.
Well, we're excited for it. And what is your Instagram? Where can we find you on your social media?
Yes, so my Instagram is Agnese Music, Agnesse Music.
Perfect. We'll tag it. We'll tag it in the description box as well for everyone watching on YouTube. But yeah, thank you
very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming on today.
Me. I enjoyed
we'll have to
really.
do a catch up when you release some more tracks. We'll do a catch up and see how you're doing then. Hopefully you'll be able to get out to some live music as well at that point, and let us know how your nerves are doing.
We'll have to fly down to Latvia to watch a show.
Yeah. But no,
awesome. Thank you. You both are welcome.
Oh, thank you. But no, thank you. Right.
Yeah, so this has been episode 8 of Tune In with Luke and Amy, podcast 8, with Agnes, which has been a lot of fun.
But yeah, make sure to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Luke and Amy. Let us know what you think. DM us with any ideas of topics you want discussed, any people you want on, but let us know. Thank you, Agnes. We'll tag all of your stuff below, tag your Spotify and everything. But yeah, Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.